today I'm going to be teaching you how to solve the Rubik's clock. So this is probably one of the easiest WCA events, and it's my favorite. So, you know how in a 3x3, you should know how to solve a 3x3, probably, before you watch this video. In 3x3, you'd solve a cross first, and then continue on with the rest of the solve, right? But on clock, it's going to be similar. You're going to solve a cross on this side, and a cross on this side. So the way a clock works is if you have a pin up and you turn that dial next to it, the surrounding clocks are going to turn. And if you have that pin down, then just that corner is going to turn, or any other corner that's down. Here's how you solve the clock. A cross. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to line up the centerpiece with the cross edges. You're not going to line up the edges with the centers, because you can't do that. You have to line up the center with the edge. So I'm going to solve this edge first. So like I mentioned before, when you have pins down, it does not turn these, and pins up, it's going to turn all this. So if we put these two pins down, then we can use either of these two dials to get the center to match up with that edge. And that's very basic. That's how it's going to work. So next I'm going to do this one over here. So I'm going to put the pins up, then put these two pins down right next to it, turn either of these two dials to get the center matching up with that. And then I'm going to do the last one, so I'll put all these up, and then I'll have these two. Turn either of these two dials to match up the center with the edge. And then once you have all the edges matched up with the center, you put all the pins up and turn any dial until it's matching 12. And then you're just going to flip the clock over, and you're going to do that exact same thing. It won't mess up your cross on the back. So I'll put all the pins up, then I'll do this edge. I'll put these two pins down, turn either of these two dials until the center is matched up with this edge. Alright, next I'm going to do this one. I'm going to put these two pins down. I'll turn either of these two dials to match it up with that. Same here, I'll do this one. Turn either of these two dials to match this up with that. And then our last one. Put these two pins down, turn either of these two dials. And then we put all the pins up and we turn it so that it's matching 12. So now all the edges are solved. And the next step is going to be corners. So if we want to solve the corners, we're again going to match up the center with the corner. So it's really going to be matching up the cross with the corner. So if we just have one pin down, let's say we're going to solve this corner, we can turn any of these three dials to match up the cross with that corner. Next is this one. Put this pin down, turn any of these three dials, because the pins are up, to match the cross with that corner. Next, do this one. Turn any of these three dials until it's matched up with that. And then the last one is this corner. So I had the pin down, and I turned either of these three dials to match it up. Put all the pins up, realign your cross, and the clock is solved. I will do a walkthrough solve. So I'm not necessarily doing any computer scrambles, I'm just doing hand scrambles right now. Alright, so it doesn't really matter which side we start on, I guess I'll just start on the white. So I'm going to match the center up with this edge, put these two pins down, turn either of these two. This one, put these two pins down, turn either of these two. This one, put these two pins down, put these two pins down and turn either of these two. And then put these two pins down and turn either of these two. Now put all the pins up and align the cross. Flip it over and do the same thing. So this one, so I'll put all the pins up and put these two down. Turn either of these two. This one, put those pins up, put those pins down, turn either of these two. Put those pins up, put these pins down, and turn either of these two. Put those pins up, put these down, turn either of these two. Put all the pins up and align the cross. Now for corners, put this pin down, turn either of these three to match that up. put that pin up, put this pin down, turn either of these three. Put that pin up, put this pin down, turn either of these three. Put that pin up, put this pin down, turn either of these three dials. And then realign your cross and the clock is set. Hope this was a big help. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one.